August the 16th. Where's the time going, folks? And we're about to cap yet another fabulous week of conversations on the Sportsline podcast. I'm Bubba O'Neill. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, we really appreciate the excellent feedback and suggestions that you've been sending us, as it certainly makes our show better. Today on the pod, we're talking football. And folks, you would have to consider this individual as a lifer. When it pertains to expertise on and off the field, Barry Emo has been involved for nearly 6 decades. This disciple of the Canadian Junior Football League and the NCAA took his talents to the Canadian Football League, where he learned the 3-down game with the Toronto Argonauts and Ottawa Rough Riders. But his ability to combine teaching, his knowledge, and passion led him to coaching where Northern football clubs from Oakville, Hamilton, and right here in Hamilton were blessed with his expertise. Now, Barry is the big man on the sidelines with the OFC's Hurricanes, where they are just days away from their new season. But first, a message from yet another Steeltown football hero.
What's up, Hamilton? It's Simone Lawrence. And on August 24th, I need all of your help. Our Hamilton Hurricane is facing the London Beef Eaters. Beef Eaters sounds like some free beef for everyone in Hamilton on August 24th. And watch our Hamilton Hurricanes smack the London Beef Eaters. Not only are they going to smack the Beef Eaters, but proceeds also go to Food for Kids Hamilton and also Hamilton Out of the Cold. So make sure that you're there as we break the 3,500 record of fans there to watch our Hamilton Hurricanes. Let's go, boys! Go Kane! Hey, what's up?
Go Canes and go Barry Emo. Great for you to join us here on the Sportsline podcast. Certainly appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you, Bubba. It's great. It's great to see you again, and it's great to have an opportunity to come down, sit down, and chat, and talk about football, which is the greatest thing to talk about.
It really is. But before, I think the greatest thing to talk about right now, you and I used to live in the same building for a long time. So I got to know you at the time well and off the camera as well, too. But I got to say something here.
Yeah, man.
Right? From an old football horse to another one. Like, you're looking good.
Thanks, partner. I appreciate that.
I shouldn't say what happened, but what happened?
I got on the scale last year and realized at the end of the season I had my weight had kind of gone up a lot. I was up to 335 pounds, and I said, I got to do something here. So, after a few years of knee replacements and hip replacements, I got back in the gym, and I just been going nonstop, and I've dropped 110, and I'm down to about 220 right now, and I like where I am. So
220, that's got to be below your playing weight.
Oh, well below I could be a receiver now.
Either that or the guy in the middle in a basketball court.
That may be, right? I can't jump though.
He was 6'7", man. Yeah. You're looking really good. Congratulations.
I appreciate that, Bubba. Thank you.
Sorry, I got to ask, what did you do?
Hour a day of cardio in the morning, hour of weights at night, diet that completely is as clean can be, and 30 minutes on the heavy bag 3 to 4 days a week hitting the bag. And
your wife probably had a lot to do with it too. I know she likes to be involved as well.
Yeah. She's a great support system for me. Karen's fantastic. She helps me out a great deal with everything, the meal prep and everything else, and is always there as a constant source of encouragement and support for me.
Well, looky, because I remember a couple of times seeing you there with the knees, and I know you were hurting pretty good trying to get on the bike.
Yeah.
No problems with it anymore. I still see the scars.
The scars are all still there. Yeah, they're not pretty, but
they're all working now.
But they're working.
Hey, congratulations on what you're doing with the Hurricanes.
I appreciate it.
As Simone was talking about, you're trying to break this football team, the Hamilton Hurricanes, playing at Iverwood Stadium, or change out. You're playing at Tim Hortons Field.
Yep.
Oh, it's still in my head, that place. I love that place.
Yeah, me too.
You're looking to break a 49-year-old record in the Ontario Football Conference at, what was the number? 3,000?
3,010 people. Mm-hmm. Or 3,005. I'm sorry, 3,005 is the record.
Okay.
Yeah. We're hoping to put in 6,000 in there. I'll be honest with you. That's what we're gunning to do, and we're trying to build an event around the whole thing, and entice people and get them excited about this, and give them another brand of football beyond the Tiger Cats as well. That they can watch. Right. So there's another brand. There's another game in town. It's exciting. It's great football, and these young men would love the support.
Well, I think they certainly deserve the support. They're working real hard. This has been sort of the preseason. You guys are getting into it.
Yeah.
A little bit about your team.
Yeah. As far as the team this year, great. We recruited really well this offseason, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. We returned, I think it was roughly around 42 players from last year's squad after we graduated out the young men, because it's 18 to 22. Once you hit 22, you graduate out. So we brought in probably about another 50 players this year. So we had about 90 some odd odd guys. I think we're a roster now of around 85. There's some natural attrition. Guys drop out for various reasons and stuff. So we're down to 85, and I'm excited. I'll be honest with you. I haven't been excited about a football team this early in a season in a lot of years. You know, and this team is something special. I think we've got a great mix of youth. We've got a great mix of experience, along with some fellows that are fairly new to the game. Right. And I think, you know, if we put it all together, the vibe has been fantastic. The effort level, the intensity. You know, we've got some kids there that played U Sport football and are now with us. We've got kids who came out that were at the, you know, elite level in high school, but they decided to take a different tack. They went to, you know, to Brock or to Mohawk or one of those types of schools, you know, colleges, as opposed to a U Sport school. And, you know, we're benefiting from it. We're seeing some really good talent and some great players.
Well, that's really good. And you talked about trying to get about 6,000 people in there. And I think it would be really good to get 6,000 people in there at all times. But I think there are people that do know about the Ontario Football Conference, but I think there are some people right now that are either new or just don't know. What is the Ontario Football Conference?
So the Ontario Football Conference is part of the CJFL, which is the Canadian Junior Football League. So much the same as junior hockey, right? So we offer the playing experience to kids who are aged 18 to 22 years of age, right? And so what it does is it gives the kids who in that age would normally go into U Sport football, but either maybe don't have either the academics, don't have the financial resources, have chosen a different track, whether it's, you know, go into the trades, whether it's go to a community college, that type of thing, and still want to play football and want to play competitive football. So the OFC as a conference, we have teams from Ottawa, the Ottawa Sooners. We have a team from Quinte, which is the Quinte Skyhawks. There's the GTA Grizzlies. There's the Hamilton Hurricanes, the London Beefeaters, and then St. Clair College down in Windsor. And then next year, Sault College is coming in from Sault Ste. Marie. So the league is continuing to develop and grow. The game is attracting a lot of talent, a lot of great players coming in, and the kids have a great opportunity, you know, to be seen. Some kids get university. Actually, one of our left tackles last year, Frank Vrudenhill, is now playing with Mac this season. So, you know, it's never over. Aram Isho, who's our defensive coordinator on the Hamilton Hurricanes, you know, played for the Hurricanes, got an opportunity, went to Mac, had a standout time at Mac, won a Vanier, then went to the Bombers for a bit, you know. So kids have a chance. Andrew Harris, another kid who went from the CJFL.
Maybe the best ever.
One of the best ever, right to the
just
Bombers.
Just on Sportsline stuff maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, so, you know, there's another guy. And I mean, you know, if you take a look at it, these kids are getting a great opportunity to be able to play football and still have a shot at getting to that next level as far as the professional level of football is concerned.
That's fantastic. You know, I think when I think about my broadcasting career, the OFC had a lot to do with me back in my early cable days.
That's right.
Doing games with the Hamilton,
remember that.
The big Hamilton Hurricanes against the Burlington Braves. And the Braves actually hosting a national championship back in the day. I think of 99, 2000 in there. That's when I first saw Andrew Harris. And he went wild for about 400 yards.
Right, he did, yes.
They had a fantastic team. But, you know, okay, so we learned about the OFC, but what about these guys? What about the Hamilton Hurricanes? They have been around for a very long time.
Hurricanes have been around for a long time. 1963 was the inception of the Hurricanes. It took a bit of a sabbatical, and then it was resurrected a few years back. Since then, the Hurricanes have been fantastic. You know, I mean, it's been, you know, they've had a lot of successful seasons, you know, a couple of seasons not so successful, but the program continues to develop, continues to build, and continues to move forward and progress. You know, I said, I think Mike Samuel, who are president of the team, and all the rest of the executive members have done a fantastic job of building the brand, making it recognizable, and, you know, giving the kids that were, you know, they're playing for us an opportunity to play exciting football. And, you know, I said to Mike last night, these guys should really be thankful, because I've been around a lot of amateur football, and to have the type of facility, have the type of things that these kids have the number of coaches. I mean, we've got 17, 18 coaches.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, we've got 2 per positional group, so inevitably life happens for a coach, right? You know, work, family responsibilities, whatever it's got to miss. There's never a positional group that we're not going to have a coach for. So we've always got somebody there that's there to help and work with the kids and familiar with what we're doing and everything else. So it pays a lot of dividends for us.
I think that's probably important, because you're still at the age of those players that because you've seen it at the highest level, they need that fine-tuning.
They do, 100%. Yeah, there's attention to detail, you know, life lessons as well that they're learning from the coaches. You know, they're more mature guys. They're learning from, you know, adults and that have been around, whether in the game or just in life in general, you know, and I think it's helped out a lot.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, we talk about, I think, I'm going to say this as well, too, because there's an element of cool factor, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at your helmet
cool.
right now. That's a cool looking helmet,
cool
too.
helmet.
And that's important to the kids as well, too, right?
Oh, it is. You know, I remember the OUA doing a study a few years back about what entices a kid to come to a university and play a youth sport. Is it the coaching? Is it the facility? What is it? Uniforms was number one. Uniforms was number
crazy,
one.
Eh?
And I remember because I had an affiliation. I used to coach at Guelph for a number of years, and I know Stu Lang quite well up there. And I remember Stu. You know, he became the Oregon of the the Oregon of the OUA.
That's right.
He had multiple uniform combinations and sets and all the rest of it. So it was something pretty special for sure.
It's bleeding out of you right now.
is.
Your passion, for this sport and the electricity and the energy.
Yeah.
But boy, you got to dial this back to what, 10 years old?
9 years old. 9 years old. I read a book called Instant Replay, written by Jerry Kramer, an offensive guard with the Green Bay Packers, the Lombardi Packers at the time. And to me, it was very impactful. I was like, wow, this is a real cool sport. I want to be part of this game. So I said to my dad at the time, I said, I like to play football. And he rolled me in the Kiwanis League in Etobicoke. I started playing then, and I've stayed in this game right up. And when I stopped playing, I jumped into coaching, and this is my 34th, 35th year coaching football. So
a little bit about your pro days and like what that experience was like.
Yeah, I mean, I came out of Northeast Missouri State University. It's now called Truman State in Kirksville, Missouri. I came out of there. I had a chance to try out with the Argos. I ended up practice roster. Same thing with Ottawa in the day. You know, very short time for me. You know, just in and out kind of thing. But
you probably learned a lot.
Oh, I learned a ton. I learned a ton about myself as well during that time period as well, to be honest with you. I mean, I find football is a microcosm to life. You know, a lot of what we do in football is a lot of what prepares us to be successful in life, whether it's a business career or a sports career, whatever you choose to do, sportscaster, right? But the game provides that element of self-discipline, of dedication, commitment, right? Of understanding yourself physically, mentally, what you're capable of doing. And that's what's always enticed me to the game, and staying in the game and being able to help young men develop those same kind of skill sets that'll make them successful, and they'll have fantastic lives as they go on after football. Football's a small portion of your life. Like I always tell them, you're in this game for a short period of time. Get the most out of it, right? You know, there's that old saying about the dash. They talk about the dash, right? You're born on 1957 like myself, and you live to, well, hopefully longer, but whatever that year is, and there's that dash in between. Well, that dash represents your entire life. So I tell the players, your dash is the time you're with us. What are you doing with that dash to make it impactful for you? Get the most out of that.
I could run through a wall right now, dude.
All right, man, let's do it.
You know what I mean? But coaching is not for everyone.
Nah.
A lot of hours, a lot of dedication. Got to put things to the side.
Yeah.
You have to be a parent.
Yep.
A teacher, all of this.
Everything.
What led you to want to do this and be as dedicated in so many leagues and had so much success?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of it. One of the biggest things, and I know I share this with a lot of other coaches and a lot of other people in the game, and that is, that opportunity when you meet somebody that you coached, years ago, and they come up and they say, you know what, Coach, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate everything you did for me. It made a big change in me. And when I hear that, that hits here on me, right? That is, to me, is why I do this, to give back.
It's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing that you are. Pay it forward, I think, is the
pay
big
it forward.
That's the big modern saying
that's
nowadays.
The big modern saying,
that you want to do that.
Yeah.
Now, to say that, along with that, you've had a measure of success on the field as well, too. And that's got to be something you're proud about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, success on the field is great. It's fantastic. We all want to win, but at the end of the day, I said, for me, it's more about the kids learning life lessons that'll prepare them for the future. And a lot of these kids aren't going to get the opportunity to play pro football. They're not going to get the opportunity to play youth sport football. But in the time that we have them, if we can make a difference in their lives, if we can improve them as football players, as athletes, and as people, and set them up for success as they become adults, then you know what? We're blessed. We're blessed as coaches. We're blessed as administrators. We're blessed as everybody.
Well, you got your big season coming up, and I know obviously you want to kick things off strong with the big home opener.
Yeah.
But let's have a look at your schedule, and I don't know, based on your talent right now, I know sometimes coaches don't like to do this, but I'm put you on the spot here.
All right.
8 games in the regular season.
8 games in the regular season.
I'm going to talk. I guess you guys are going to go 8-0?
8-0 is a lofty goal. I mean, obviously, at the start of every season, the goal is to get to the Canadian Bowl and win the championship. And that is
Where is that this year?
This year it's in Ontario.
Okay.
It's in Ontario. So exciting, it'd be great to be the host team and have that shot. I mean, we've got a lot of work to do, and we've got a lot of incredible talent in this league. There's a lot of incredible. St. Clair College, fantastic team, well coached. London Beefeaters, another really strong football team, very well coached.
They've been around a long time.
They've been around a long time. London's been around back in my playing days. I mean, London was in the league, right? So that goes back a lot of years.
Yeah.
And London was in the league. They've always been, they're always perennial powerhouse. Right now, they're they're battling with St. Clair, and they had some really big games there last year, like single point games and that. Ottawa Sooners is another strong team. At this level of football, everybody, any given Sunday, the old acronym, right? Old saying, any given Sunday, that's very true. Still rings true to this day.
Who are the players that we're gonna say, or at least I'm gonna be talking about over there on the sports desk?
Yeah. On our team. Yeah. So I look at our defense, and I got to, right off the get go, I've got a player there, Meach Duffield, who is, a guy's a catalyst. He's an enthusiastic young man. His energy, his love of the game it bleeds out of him. He's just an incredible young man. I love him. Super football player. You probably look right across our entire defense, and there's guys there that you could pick out, and Kyle Kortz, Malik Faulkner, Teon Corcho. I could go on and on. I've got just numerous guys on my defense, that can could probably play at most U Sports schools, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I've got some real good talented kids on the defense. The offensive side of the football, we've got some great talented kids. Our quarterbacks, we've got 2 kids. We had it was a tight decision. We've got 4 quarterbacks in camp. We had 2 of them last night that was a toss-up. We're going right into the last night of practice before we head to Ottawa on Saturday.
Wow.
So we made our selection last night. Kieran Dej, who's been a veteran with us, and very good athlete, good quarterback. He'll get the nod tomorrow night. Amrit Atwal, who's a kid who came down from Guelph, was up there with the University of Guelph for a bit, came down, he's playing with us now, and Amrit, he was number 2 right now, but he looks very strong. He's going to be a good one. Our receiving core with Luca Jones leading the way, and Lord Anto and a few of those others, Jaden Marchesano, and our running back crew with, we've got a young fellow who was the MVP in the OSFL championship game 2 years ago. Wow. Gianluca Maraca, Hamilton kid, running back, fantastic young running back. I've got the Hustle Brothers, a set of twins who are on the team. The Hustle Brothers. I mean, there's a football name. Right? That's a hustle. And these guys can play. They're funny. They love hitting each other in practice. So I want to see what they do when they start hitting other people in other jerseys. But we've got a lot of talent. I'm really excited. Like I said at the start, I really am impressed with the young men that we have on this team, both as football players and more importantly as teammates and as individuals.
And you just touched it. Where exactly what I was going to say too. You've listed off some players that you think are going to be outstanding, that are going to contribute, that are going to help you win. But to win, you also need leaders.
We need leaders, and we've got some great leaders. Our captains this year. I never make it a rule to allow players to pick captains. And the main reason is it turns into more of a popularity contest. And when I'm looking for captains, I'm looking for guys who are going to take leadership roles and are going to hold guys accountable, hold players accountable. That's what I'm looking for from my captains, and I've got 6 really good captains I'm really pleased about, and they've done a fantastic job through training camp, everything heading into Ottawa this weekend. I'm extremely pleased with all of them.
Tell me if this is true or not. I always thought that this was, you got the home opener, which is your second game of the year.
Yeah.
But your first game is on the road, as we discussed here. I think that's a great opportunity to start on the road because you got the bus ride, you got the food, you're hanging out in hotels. You get to bond, don't you?
You get to bond. Yeah, and that was one of the things when I saw the schedule, when the schedule first came out, I was like, wow, this is great. We're going to Ottawa. Perfect. Exactly for that reason, Bubba. This is an opportunity for us to travel down the 401, go into Ottawa, but more importantly, it's the bonding experience experience that these guys are going to have. You know, I said to Mike at the time when I noticed this, Mike Samuel, the president, I said, you know, whatever we got to do to make this happen, let's make it happen. I want to take everyone. Normally we would say, you know, hey, we're going to take, you know, one bus. We're taking 2 buses. This is, you know, it's costing us a lot. We don't, you know, we don't make a ton of money. You know, everything we do is based on sponsorship and help and assistance and that from the community and other local businesses and player fees and all the rest. So it's costing us a lot to do it, and but it's I think it's what it's going to pay out to us in the long term is going to be very good.
That's outstanding. Now, when you do get home, and I think actually not even when you're on the road as well too, there's a great opportunity here that I didn't even know about, and I think it only started a couple years ago. All the games are on the computer.
Everything's streamed now.
You can watch your games now, right? I mean, tell me about that.
So we have the
great initiative by the league.
Yeah, it is. It's a great initiative because and again, it brings focus to the league. It adds credibility to the league, and it helps bolster us as far as building that. Hopefully, that fan base that'll continue to come out and see it. So we have live streaming. It's available on different platforms. If you go to the CGFL website or the local team websites, you'll see the live stream.
We got yours out there as well too.
Yeah, and you can catch our games when we're home or away. You can live stream if you can't get down to the park and see it. Obviously, we'd love to see you in the seats, but if you can't get there, fantastic, live stream the game. You know, it's a small nominal fee to live stream the game, but hey, you know, get a season's pass, you can catch all our games.
And it's incredibly affordable.
Incredibly affordable.
Affordable to watch the game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's great entertainment. You know, a good night at home, watch the game, turn it on, check it out.
I think the best part about it, and I think you can, you know, maybe you see, because you've seen football at all levels. Yeah. Everyone at this level is working hard. Yeah. Like there's nobody taking. There's no prima donnas. No. There's everyone's working hard, and it's all about the win.
It's all about the win. It's about the win, and it's about their opportunities as well. I mean, some of these guys, you know, you guys who are hungrier than others, guys who really want to get to that next level and are prepared to sell it out. And then you get guys who are, you know, there because they want to be there. They want to play football. They love the game. They're just passionate about it, and you can see it at night. You see the passion. I mean, you know, we've got 85 players on our roster. And you know, it's very heartwarming as a coach to show up to the practice and see, you know, 75 to 80 guys every night. You know, they're there and they're working their tails off. Regardless of what we ask them to do, they're working their tails off for 2.5 hours every night to prepare for football. I think it's fantastic to see because these kids could be doing other stuff, but they're doing something productive.
That's a great point. There's so many options for kids nowadays.
Distractions.
Right?
Yes.
Distractions and things to do. And now so many different sports as well, too. But to see that kind of number and that kind of support for a town that, and I'll remind a lot of people, representing the city.
Representing the city of Hamilton. And when we want to play hammer style football, I mean, the Ticats have a great reputation in this community for being a physical team, you know, and that's what I'm hoping that we emulate when we step on the field as well.
I know you're really busy, but do you get to still watch a pro game?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got seasons down to the Ticats. Actually, myself and a good friend of mine, Neil Lumsden, we share.
Oh, Lumber.
Elmer, we share season seats together. Okay. So So
well, he's a big government guy, right?
He's a government guy. He is. Yeah. Good guy though to have on your side for sure.
Absolutely. Actually, from your years with Nelson as well too.
Nelson as well.
Nelson High School as well. So, hey, what would you tell those guys right now? 2-7, big game, you know, coming up on Saturday against the Edmonton Elks.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's one game at a time, right? You know, you go out, you play football. It's not over. Playoffs are still around the corner. You still have that opportunity. As long as you have a breath in you, you go out and you play. You give 100% of what you can give. Give 100% of it. Play like there's no tomorrow. Play for 60 minutes and lay it all on the line. Execute. Play high-level football, and you'll come out with a win.
Well, it all starts for them on Saturday. It all starts for you on Saturday. And then in a week later, we want to pack the park, folks.
The park, baby.
Pack the park. I mean, this is where you want to be. Again, I mean, it is. It's Tim Hortons Field. They're sharing it with the Tiger Cats. It's the Hamilton Hurricanes, an unbelievably excellent brand of football to be a part of, and you want to be there. Let's break that record. And, of course, there's a charitable aspect of it as well, too.
Charitable aspect of it as well. Yeah, one of the things that I mandated when I came in here, I think this is a very important thing for our football team and for the young men that play for us to do, and that is I like our players to have community involvement. I like them to be involved with community partners and charitable groups to give back. I think it's important they learn that you just don't take. I mean, you know, our kids come to games, and I'll explain it to them, was, you know, you play football. You have that opportunity to play football where a lot of people don't. And as that, you have a little bit of a platform. even at this level, there is a platform. People look up at you. You look up at you as a football player. They look up at you as a member of the community in good standing. And you have to emulate that and show that back to the community. So one of the things we did was I contacted a number of charitable partners and wanted to find ones that we could work with that were, we could fill voids for. So two of the partners that we have connected with were Food for Kids Hamilton, which is an absolutely fantastic, charity group. They do some incredible work bridging that gap between what the nutritious meals that the kids get when they're in school to what they, require when they're home on the weekends and things of that nature. Fantastic. I mean, over 1,400 lunches these guys are packing every single week and delivering and distributing to schools to help these young kids that are school-age kids get the proper nutrition. I think it's fantastic, and our players go down and they assist with packs on the pack days on Wednesdays and so on and help out with that. And then we also connected with Hamilton Out of the Cold, another great group that works with folks that are in the homeless communities and so on, or don't have the financial resources or support to be able to go out and get a hot meal. These people supply hot meals, like thousands of hot meals every year. So our players help out with various tasks and functions with them, whether it's carrying soup cans for them outside, like big soup containers outside for them, doing anything that we can do. One of the things we said to the players this year, the returning players, was if you put in 24 hours of community service this year, right, during the off season, each of you, 24 hours is what we're asking for during our off season. During the season, I don't ask them to do much because they got football. But during the off season, I want you to do 24 hours. You do that 24 hours, you play football for free. You don't pay to play. That was the commitment, but Mike Samuel giving back to the team and saying, no, you know what? You're going to put in that 24 hours. You're not going to pay to play football. So those guys, a lot of those guys embraced it, and ran with it. And we had players that far exceeded the 24 hours, far exceeded it. And a lot of them, you could tell, when they're out at this, it's an impactful thing for them, right? It's impactful to do something for others that you don't know and you don't see. It's impactful. Aspire to inspire is what I always say to them. Aspire to inspire.
Well, those are great words. And the leadership program that you guys have put together, and the fact that you are setting an example, you are representing the community, you're playing ball, which we all love at the core of it all. Yeah. Congratulations to you, Barry, what you've done personally, professionally. I appreciate that. And what you're doing to lead young men and teach them the right way, doing things the right way. Yeah. I congratulate you on and how you hold you to high esteem. That's well done. Thanks. On top of that, dude, good luck on the road.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Can't wait to see you guys play when you play here at home, and let's break some records.
Yeah, and the home opener is going to be, just absolutely fantastic. We've got at halftime, I don't know if you know, we've got a kick to win a truck.
What?
Yeah, we got a kick to win a 2024 Chevy Silverado pickup truck, right? All you have to do is you come down, you bring a non-perishable food item with you, you drop it in the bin, you fill out a ballot. We'll draw 3 names at halftime. They'll come down, they'll work with the London kicker and the Hamilton Hurricane kicker, get a few tips. The truck will be parked there. They pooch a 35-yard field goal. All it has to do is land in the bed of the truck, right? So you're just going to kick it into the bed of the truck. It lands in the bed of the truck. You win the lease on the truck for 2 years. So all those aspiring kickers.
Another reason to be there, folks.
Another reason to be there. And we've got, there's an autograph session. Tie-Cap players are going to be there. People like Casey Sales, Jamal Peters, and so on are going to be down there. I believe the Hamilton Tiger Cat cheerleaders are supposed to be there as well. So there's a lot of activities going to go around the game as well. So it's a great opportunity for a lot of people. So we're hoping to pack the park.
Pack the park,
baby.
Yeah,
pack the park.
Guys, you've heard it all here. Guys, ladies, kids, you got to be down there.
And we're unveiling our 3rd set of jerseys just for one.
Well, again, we get back to the jerseys.
Back to the jerseys. Yes.
Well done, Barry.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for joining us in the Sportsline
Thank you.
podcast.
Pleasure, Bubba.
Man, this is great. Great to see you again, bud.
Good to see you, man. Thank you.
All right, folks. That's your Sportsline podcast for the day. And as you've just seen and heard, we love talking sports. Again, I say it time and time again, people that are passionate about their sport. If you do know of an athlete, team, or event to promote the Sportsline podcast, you want to hear from you. Please hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe button. If you have something to say, please comment. For the amazing people that make the Sportsline podcast possible, thank you so very much. And we'll see you on Monday.